This episode contains discussions of suicidal ideation and depression. Listen at your own discretion. It is Wednesday, the 10th of July, 2024. My name is Pigeon and this is my song of the day. The artist that we're talking about today is an artist that I frankly need to listen to more of. I know a few songs, and I've listened to one album, and all of those things I really liked. I've just never actually gotten around to listening to the rest. That artist is Elliott Smith. Now, Elliott Smith has been quite influential since his untimely death in 2003. A lot of other artists have cited him as an influence, particularly in the indie acoustic space. Your Phoebe Bridgers, your Bright Eyes. I mean, these people are all very famously influenced by Elliott Smith, and rightfully so. I mean, like I said, I'm not as familiar, but the stuff that I listen to, I mean, there's a rare talent there, you know, and it's not hard to figure out how you could be so influential on other people. The song we're talking about today is a song called Say Yes, which is, I guess it would have been the first Elliott Smith song I heard, really. It famously was featured along with a few other songs in the soundtrack for Good Will Hunting. That's not where I heard it, though. It was actually, I think it was my ex who showed me Elliott Smith years and years ago. So yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and listen to it and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. Such a short and sweet song, and if you're listening to this might be the first Elliott Smith song you ever heard like my own. It's an interesting one to start with because it is kind of atypical of his catalog, because it's a pretty straightforward, optimistic love song, and his stuff was known for being quite dour and not emo would be the wrong word, but like very pessimistic and stuff, you know. This is a song that's like, it's weirdly hopeful for his back catalog. That doesn't discount it any. It's still a really good song. I like the kind of the simplicity of it. I mean, it's just vocals and guitar. It's a simple arrangement, but really nice melody. The kind of different, the dun dun do 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 do, like it just has a nice feel to it, and kind of the more complicated stuff with the bing 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 bing. Technical terms, I know, and also kind of the layering, the vocals and the harmonizing and stuff. It's just a really nice kind of intimate feel to it, because it's clearly just one person on guitar and vocals, but the way it all layers and interweaves together does kind of give it this kind of intimate feeling, you know. I have a quote here, actually, from Elliott Smith, who says that he wrote the song in 5 minutes during an episode of Xena Warrior Princess with the sound off, which is very funny to me for some reason. But anyway, so, I'm in love with the world through the eyes of a girl who's still around the morning after. We broke up a month ago, and I grew up. I didn't know I'd be around the morning after. This really speaks to me of like how love can change your life, not just in the way that like you have a cool partner that you enjoy being around, but in the way that like it changes your perception of life, even after the relationship might end. To be loved is to be changed. Quoth the Garfield plushie. And like, you know, I just love that opening of I'm in love with the world through the eyes of a girl who's still around the morning after. It feels like he literally like wakes up and rolls over and sees her eyes there, right? But like he's also seeing the world how she sees it, you know, the world through the eyes of a girl who's still around the morning after. And that kind of shows how like how it changes your perception of things to be in these relationships, you know. And then he follows it up with we broke up a month ago, but it immediately goes into and I grew up. Like he's talking about they had a breakup, but he has grown because of it, you know. And then I didn't know I'd be around the morning after, twisting what he said at the start about, you know, someone being there the morning after into being about how he didn't think he'd survive without this person. I didn't know I'd be around the morning after kind of maybe implies suicidal ideation, you know. I didn't know that I could make it through this, but I am, you know. It's always been wait and see, a happy day, and then you pay and feel like shit the morning after. Now I feel changed around, and instead of falling down, I'm standing up the morning after. So again, this is this thing of like, he's used to this pattern of even when things are going well, something bad happens and it comes out of nowhere and it catches you by surprise and you're paying for it and you feel like shit the morning after. He's like saying this is breaking the cycle of it. Like he's not gonna keep falling down. He's gonna pick himself up. He's standing up. He's gonna move on with his life and he's gonna get better. Situations get fucked up and turned around sooner or later, and I could be another fool or an exception to the rule, you tell me the morning after. In a way, this kind of makes me think of, he's like trying to win her back, which it certainly feels like it in this song. To me, this kind of feels like he's saying, you know, this, I really don't know how to articulate this. Like he's saying kind of that's life. Situations get fucked up and turned around sooner or later. I could be another fool or an exception to the rule. He's kind of talking about, am I just another one night stand or is there something more between us, right? Crooked spin can't come to rest. I'm damaged bad at best. She'll decide what she wants. I'll probably be the last to know. No one says until it shows. See how it is. They want you or they don't. Say yes. He kind of falls into self-deprecation here. I'm damaged bad at best. I mean, Smith suffered with depression, drug addiction, and he calls himself damaged at best, right? Damaged bad at best. Like he doesn't see his own kind of worth. He thinks he's not maybe worth this. But he says she'll decide what she wants. It's not me judging this. She'll decide what she wants. I'll probably be the last to know. No one says until it shows. Kind of like, it's hard for me to figure these things out, But then they want you or they don't. It's a very zen, like either this works out or it doesn't. Either she loves me not, Like it's a very kind of accepting I've come to terms with this thing, right? And then it ends with say yes. And the term say yes in the title of the song makes it feel like it's a proposal. Say yes. Elliott Smith's on one knee and he's holding up a ring and he says, say yes. But it really just feels like he's saying, the whole song is him saying like, I am okay with your decision if you want to get back together or not. But then he sneaks in this little, I hope you say yes. I hope you do want to get back together, And then it ends with, I'm in love with the world through the eyes of a girl who's still around the morning after. And I like to think that implies that they get back together. Now, this is an actual breakup song about an actual person. But, like, in the fiction of the story, in the narrative of the story, I like to think that the ending means they do get back together. And this is, like, him reflecting on it. But, never mind that. Yeah, I love this song so much. I love his soft, quiet, a little bit strained voice at times, like the kind of the high notes he goes, through the eyes of a girl. He's kind of going to the upper end of his range, but it works well. It adds to the softness, it adds to the warmth, And I just really like this song. Iconic song, really sweet. I think I put this on, hold on. I know I like talking about the playlists that I include things on. I think I've mostly talked about the playlist, my 24-hour playlist, but I have mood playlists, right? Which are, it's pretty self-explanatory. They're like for different moods. And then I made a mini moods group of playlists that were all just like, I think 5 songs or 6 songs for a mood. And hold on. Yes, I have a mini moods playlist called You're Still Here, which is supposed to be the feeling of waking up, the mood, the very hyper specific, these mini playlists. It's supposed to be the mood of waking up and the person you love is in bed beside you. Kind of makes me think of the bit in Life is Strange with Max and Chloe in Chloe's bed after the swimming pool. Never mind that. So it goes Say Yes, Hoppy Pola by Sigaros, Kids Will Be Skeletons by Mogwai, which was in Life is Strange, Reverie 6 and Change by Trocadero, and Let Yourself Be Huge by Cloud Kicker. Those are all great songs. I might talk about, I'm kind of going back and forth on whether I want to talk about instrumental songs on this show, because there are some instrumental songs I really, really love, but I don't know if I have enough to say about them when I'm not talking about lyrics, because I don't know all the technical terms for music, and I can't just be like, the part that goes, ba da ba 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 ba, I really like that, like it doesn't... I don't know if it translates well to a podcast, But anyway, I think that's pretty much everything I have to say about this song. I hope you enjoyed it. Please check out his other stuff. I certainly should. Thank you so much for listening. Tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a family member. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit favorite, add me to a playlist, whatever the fuck you want to do. Check out the other episodes, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
And it's not hard to figure out how he could be so influential. So I think we're just going to go ahead and listen to it now and then come back in a few minutes. I need a belch. It's always been wait and see, a happy day, and then you pay, and then you pee, I nearly said. A happy day and then you pee. The term say yes in the title of the song makes it feel like it's a proposal, Say yes. Say yes to the dress. Why is the internet being so slow? Spotify, please, will you load?